Welcome back, everyone.
What is up, you guys?
What's up, you guys?
Hey guys, welcome.
Welcome to VGRx, Video Game Pharmacy, your weekly dose of video game news and knowledge. And
Welcome to another episode of VGRx, your weekly dose of video game knowledge, know-how, news, and anything else we decide we want to talk about that day.
Thanks for joining us again. Welcome to VGRx. This is your weekly dose of video game news and insight.
To Video Game Pharmacy, your weekly dose of video game news and banter.
The pharmacy is now open.
Hey guys, welcome to VGRx, Video Game Pharmacy, your weekly dose of video game news, banter, trivia, and whatnot. I'm Zach,
A new one.
Hey, Zach.
and then we have Scott
Hey, I'm Scott.
and Brittin.
Hey,
Hey, that's Brittin.
Welcome, guys.
Hey,
just the trio today.
Just
Yeah.
the trio.
But don't worry, we got this.
do we?
Probably.
I hope
Probably
so.
not.
Find out in an hour.
We're only 60 episodes in. I hope we do.
We should have this down by
Yeah,
now.
dude. Hey, this is episode 60.
That's
Yo,
kind of a milestone.
Can we get like a party popper sound right now? There you go. You can do
Very
whatever you
nice.
want with that.
Oh, you're expecting me to do that.
I mean, you already mentioned it.
You're
No,
gonna
we
be-
hired a new editor. You don't realize that.
Oh, man, I'm out of the job.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
mean, you've been out of the job since episode 1, to be honest with you.
That's rough.
I'm joking.
That's
We
rough.
just like having you around, Zach, because you're pretty.
I know.
You've also been doing a lot for us recently.
It's true.
I don't think so.
I'm glad you feel
It's
that
more
way.
routine, no?
We
That's true.
we appreciate it.
Yeah, we love the crap out of you, Zach. You want to know who we don't love? Dan. I'm totally,
Whoa.
Ouch.
Whoa.
I mean, he's not going to hear this, but still.
I'm totally joking. I love Dan.
Rein it in. We
Dan-
do love Dan.
Dan is pretty. He's a nifty fellow.
So, unlike the past 2 weeks, we kind of have a lot of news today.
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said
We-
there wasn't a lot of news.
There
today.
wasn't a couple days ago when
Dang
I
it.
said that. But
I
there
got
is now.
erupted, basically.
Yeah. there's a
I
good
got
amount to
really
talk about.
excited because like I thought we were gonna have like a free chat. Man, there's so many things.
We
I
don't
wanna
have to
talk
do
about.
everything on this list. In fact, I have maybe a fun way to approach this list if
Oh,
you guys want to do that.
Yeah,
but
sure.
we'll get that after trivia. We got
Yeah,
some trivia we can
hit
knock
me
out
with
first.
the triv. We have 2 questions.
We have
We
two.
had two
So,
questions last week.
I'll lead with mine.
Yeah, okay.
And then Britton can lead with his.
Cool.
I
don't remember
can't
either of
lead
them.
if you've already led.
You know
what
I'll
I
do
mean?
mine, you'll do yours.
All right, cool.
How about that? That
Let's
work?
do that. Totally.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so last week Scott didn't like this question.
No.
But I asked, and you know, it was kind of
I actually don't remember what the question was, but it might make me angry again.
this is kind of on point for like our subject topics today.
Okay.
But how old is Master Chief?
Oh yeah, I hated that
That's
question.
right.
It's so
I
dumb.
think I said 48.
I don't remember what I said. I think I said like 50 something.
We talked a little bit about cryogenics.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
that
so
complicates
with
things.
that, with cryogenics,
You gave us like some sort of hint. I don't remember what it was.
I forgot what that was.
Yeah, I did.
So we'll just move forward.
Okay, cool.
So with cryogenics, he was 46.
Wow.
But the argument is that cryogenics stops aging.
They don't count as
And so
years lived.
subtract 4 years. So
Hmm.
he could either be 42
That's dumb.
or 46.
I mean, your age is determined by when you were born, right?
Your age is determined by the amount of years you are alive. So technically,
He wasn't alive.
Was he dead
He
in
just
cryogenics?
he wasn't dead,
Yeah, but he wasn't aging. Everything stopped. His
But he was-
body stopped.
but he was still alive.
But his heart wasn't beating. Everything just
So?
was stopped.
That doesn't mean
Completely.
he's dead.
Yeah, but there's a
So if he's not dead, then that means he's still alive.
but there's a theoretical and then there's like a scientific.
Look, let's not get too Reddit on this, okay?
Hey, when
Hit us. What was yours? What was your question? Whatever your name is.
Wait a minute. Where'd you get that question? Is that Halo canon, or did people just kind of come up with this?
It's canon.
Is it?
It's canon.
I don't
and
remember
debate,
that in a game, but that's okay.
It was.
I didn't play them all either.
You got to
so-
remember that there was like books and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
but with
Yeah.
with all the book canon and lore and stuff is pretty much impossible to calculate. So
All
they're
right.
just going just off video games.
All right. Yeah, that's cool. All right, I had a question too.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
I don't
We
remember what it
talked
was.
a bit about Reggie retiring last week and the
Yeah,
week before,
we
and,
did.
and it's always fun. But my question was about Mr. Feels-Aime.
Uh-huh.
I asked you guys what he did before he worked at Nintendo.
I think one of us said like a supermarket manager.
Mhm.
I think I said like an electrician or something like that.
No, did you say?
Can you imagine?
I don't remember.
Reggie Feels-Aime up in a bucket, working on a telephone pole,
Yeah.
thinking,
Look-
"Man, I can't wait to go home
I
and play my
could.
GameCube."
That's so good.
I'm pretty sure he worked for Nintendo during the GameCube.
Hey, that's
launch.
gonna be the title of this episode.
Yeah,
is Reggie
2003.
Feels-Aime plays a GameCube.
Feels-Aime. Feels-Aime.
You got the wrong guy.
Wow, if he's the one retired, then I guess Reggie Feels-Aime is still the president of Nintendo.
Oh, wonderful. Good
Cool.
to know.
Yep.
So before he worked at Nintendo, back in the 90s and early 2000s,
Yeah.
he was an executive at Pizza Hut.
Oh.
And
Wow.
if you lived around that time, you would know that he, well, you wouldn't know that he did, but they had a couple pizzas that were very notable, the Big New Yorker and the Bigfoot pizza. The Bigfoot pizza was this massive rectangle, and it was a really thin crust. And then the Big New Yorker was just like a 25-inch pizza.
You
It
said
was
Pizza
huge.
Hut?
So clearly, yeah, Pizza Hut.
Okay,
so
at least they're not the worst
Reggie
pizza
and
chain.
giant pizzas, you know, it makes sense. It adds up.
Are you talking about Italians? Is that what you're getting at here?
No, just like
Oh.
he's a big dude.
Big dude,
And
big pizza.
he would think up ideas like this.
Got it.
He's got a mighty hunger.
For some reason, I thought you were loosely basing it on like Mario or something like that.
Oh yeah, no,
'Cause
nothing
pizza,
like that.
you know, it's
You-
me. I'm Mario. I
Feels-Aime.
make
I
a pizza.
don't really know what nationality he is. Anyway, now that you mention it.
It doesn't really matter. We're a multicultural.
Google.
Hey, we don't
Wow.
we don't have to
Here.
get touchy. I was just saying, I don't know where he's from.
I guess this is getting pretty intense now. Okay, well, hey, speaking of questions,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any, but
Where's this going?
I don't know. I don't know where we're going with this.
Let's
Just start talking.
Do you guys
Yeah,
both
start
have the
with the
doc
next.
in front of you?
Yes,
Nope.
sir.
Here's how I want to approach this week.
Hit me with it.
I'm going to ask each of you, I don't know who first, to pick the most interesting thing on this doc, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Dude,
Zach,
I like
because he has it up already.
I like Octopath.
Do you?
Yeah, so
Okay,
this
cool.
one that we have in front of us, this is Octopath prequels coming to iOS.
That kind of caught everybody off guard.
Yeah. And so it says Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent coming to mobile devices in 2019 in Japan. Free-to-play single-player RPG set before the events of the original game.
Yep.
And then trial version's now out.
Yeah. What do you think? You played Octopath.
I mean, I played parts of it. I didn't get it through the game because it's pretty monotonous and, you know, it was good, but not good. So I'm kind of like, I want to go and just beat the game, just power through it,
Yeah.
see what the game is like, and then shout to mobile.
Okay. Yeah.
But they
it's only been announced for Japan so far. We don't even
Yeah.
know if it's coming west. It's likely it will. I mean,
Yeah.
Octopath came out in the west. It probably did all right. I don't know how it sold. They did show a trailer that goes along with this.
Oh,
and
did
I
they?
watched the trailer.
I did not.
It looks very much like Octopath. I mean, there's no reason it couldn't run and look exactly the same as it did on Switch, on iOS, and,
Absolutely.
and mobile devices these days. So, yeah, I mean, it looks exactly like the game you expect. You do have 8-player combat in this game, which is not 8-player, 8-character combat. So the battles, you have all 8 of your characters on the screen at the same time during combat. Where in the original, I think it was 3 or 4 in your party at a time.
Yeah.
So they're playing around with the mechanics a little bit. You still have the I forgot what they're called, field commands, I think, where each character has an ability that they can use, whether you're wandering around towns or the wilderness, that you can interact with people and objects using. So a lot of the mechanics from the game are being preserved for this version, but the fact that it's free to play makes me curious as to how they want to monetize this thing. Is there going to be microtransactions?
It worries me.
Maybe there will be like content packs or quest packs or something like that. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to angle the monetization for this game. But they've also said via Twitter that there's a new actual proper sequel to Octopath coming to Switch sometime in the near future. You know what? They actually didn't say Switch. It's kind of an assumption. I think that's a safe assumption.
Yeah.
But here's the direct quote from Twitter. They said, "Everyone waiting for a new game on console, we're sorry, but production will take a little longer. So in the meantime, we hope you can enjoy the smartphone game." So they have something in the works, a proper entry for console. Not ready to say much more than that at this point, but it's coming.
So I mean, I have a couple questions. So are they gonna transfer like the same mechanics from Octopath Traveler into the smartphone game? Do you think?
A lot of them sound like they are intact. Yeah, like combat is going to work largely the same way. It's turn-based. You're selecting commands, and then field exploration, the world map, all that stuff from the trailer looks pretty similar to what we saw in the proper game.
Okay. And then where is this next game on console gonna go?
I don't know, because I didn't play Octopath. I don't know like what they built up and what they established, and if there's some kind of cliffhanger or what.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel like
I was hoping you could tell us.
I didn't feel like the characters were strong enough to carry over into another game. I mean, they could do just another title,
Yeah.
and do like another storyline with different characters.
Well, yeah,
maybe.
the premise of that game was here's a bunch of different stories with
Yeah.
a bunch of different characters. There's no reason they couldn't just explore that further with new characters entirely.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this time around, they figure out a way to weave those stories together better. Because by all accounts, that was the big shortcoming of the game.
I mean, even if they made the stories could be separate, but even if they did that and just made the stories deeper, more complex, something that would keep me like drawn in on a single character for a long time, and then like once I beat that, I move on to the next. While the ones in the current game, it's just simple little stories, and then once you get done, you're done. You don't feel like you accomplished anything.
Right. That's why I think there needs to be a big threat in the world that everybody knows about and everybody ends up getting swept up into and becomes a part of.
Yeah.
But it sounds like the first game didn't really have that.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm sure they've heard feedback from players about the story, about the way the mechanics work, and they'll probably incorporate that. Before Octopath came out, they actually did a beta, and they asked for feedback. They specifically wanted people to write back to them and tell them what they thought of the game. And they took that into consideration during development. So I think they are a studio, this small studio at Square Enix, that listens to what people have to say about their games, and they actually want to do right by fans.
You know, I think even if they do like downsize the game into a mobile game and it does have microtransactions, I think that'll be good though. Just support them, give them more time to work on the game, and let them take their time with it instead of rushing it out.
That's true.
You know,
one thing I didn't consider, Square Enix is notorious for charging a lot of money for mobile games. Like most of the games they release on mobile are not free to play. They're usually a price tag up front. One of the big ones that was mobile exclusive was Chaos Rings, and it was like $15 to download. And then they've ported old Final Fantasy games and stuff to mobile as well, and they usually have like at least a $5 to $20 price tag on them. So this is a completely different monetization method too. So
now
maybe they're changing that up.
When they say iOS, is that just phone, or is that all like iPhones and iPads, that kind of sort?
They actually said mobile.
Deal.
They didn't say
mobile.
iOS. So yeah, I think it's going to be Android as well.
Okay.
Android and iOS.
Eventually.
Yep, that's what it sounds like. They actually, I think the demo, the trial version, was supposed to launch this week. So we might already start to see impressions pretty soon from Japan.
I would enjoy that. I think I want to check it out.
Yeah,
But
when they were, leading up to the Switch release, it was like 6 months early at least that they released that trial. So that makes sense that they're getting a really early version of the game out there for people to play. For the mobile version as well. Hey Scott.
Hey, what's up?
Anything to add?
I never played Octopath Traveler.
Okay.
I played the demo of it, and I did enjoy the little bit of story that I got from it. But realistically, it wasn't really on my radar. If there's a smartphone game for it and it's free, maybe I'll pick it out just to kind of see what it's like.
Sure.
I know you're talking about like microtransactions and how they would really do that.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll make you pay for each character and have a different story in it.
That's a thought.
So,
that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Actually.
Kind of pay for the character. I mean, it's dumb because why should you have to pay for characters? But if you're getting the game for free, then
they got to get their money somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it's $2 or $3 a character or something, that's not outrageous.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's cool that they're like, hey, we're working on a sequel. It's going to take a little bit longer. Here's a smartphone game. It's not going to... It'll whet your appetite.
That's exactly, the angle that they're taking, it sounds like.
So.
Just something to hold us over until their next big project.
I might actually pick up the game.
Okay.
I've played it, and I really like the art style of it. I love... What?
Just borrow it from Zach.
I'm trying to figure out if I have it digitally or physically.
You probably have it digitally.
I have like 3 Switch games that are physical.
Got it. All right. Yeah, let me know.
Okay.
Hey,
but yeah.
You want to pick something on this list?
Oh, dude, you already know
something to talk about.
You already know what I want to talk about.
I hope it's the thing I think you're going to pick.
The Gearbox.
I thought you.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I thought you'd go there. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay,
this is exciting.
So I saw this the other day. So Gearbox on Facebook, and I think they tweeted out as well. They tweeted out basically a billboard in a desert with cell shaded graphics saying March 28th, Boston, Massachusetts.
I love it.
Well, Boston on March 28th is PAX West or PAX East in Boston, Massachusetts, and Gearbox is going to be a big center point there.
I did not catch on to that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the president of Gearbox is actually doing the keynote this year.
Cool. Randy Pitchford is the
Yes.
president, the CEO of Gearbox, and
Yep.
he has a very strong relationship with PAX.
Yes.
I've seen him at PAX 3 times on stage doing various things. The first time I saw him was the year Borderlands 2 came out, and they did a panel on Borderlands 2. They talked about new character that they had just unveiled there at the show.
Yeah.
And then they gave everyone in the audience a copy of Borderlands 2. Or
Oh,
a
really?
voucher for a free copy of Borderlands 2.
Wow.
It was awesome.
Okay.
He's literally said, like, we're going to do an Oprah moment here. And he's like, everybody in the audience is going to get a copy of this game when it comes out.
Wow.
It was super cool. That's one of the coolest things I remember ever happening at PAX.
Were you there for that?
I was there. I was
You were
in the
there.
audience. Yeah.
You were in the audience.
I got my free copy of Borderlands 2.
That's super dope.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, we don't know. This could literally just be like, hey, this is kind of our brand, so we'll just put this on there and be like, this is when our keynote's going to be, or this is when a panel's going to be, or something like that. But
I mean, it's clearly Borderlands.
yeah, they
Yes.
didn't,
Borderlands
absolutely.
something.
they didn't say anything about it
Right.
at all.
A lot of people jump to conclusions. I saw publications flat out saying Borderlands 3 is going to be shown at PAX East next week. Or in a couple weeks. I think that's a jump to a conclusion. I don't
Yeah.
think we should just flat out say that. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but in the picture on the top right, it says
Yeah.
Exit 3.
Yeah.
So that was another clue for a lot of people. This
Uh-oh.
could be referring to Borderlands 3
I mean,
specifically.
man, this is some Half-Life 3 type stuff going on.
Maybe.
Confirmed.
I mean, I have other thoughts about Borderlands announcements,
Yeah.
but we're ready for Borderlands 3. It's about time.
It's been a while. I can tell you that I didn't see a tweet of it. I did see it on Facebook. They just gave like little eyes looking like left, and then
Okay.
PAX shared the post and said, "What do we have here?" And so, that doesn't give us much. Maybe they're just, I don't know, giving us a brand new game or something like that with the same graphics. But
I still want the Handsome Collection on Switch.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
This doesn't really look like it would be
no,
pointing to something like
this-
that, though.
I think this is a good keep an eye out on March 28th.
You
guys.
know what's an
Yeah.
absolute nightmare?
What?
is?
We're expecting Borderlands 3. We're all excited. We're waiting. And we're
what I'm saying,
we're
yeah.
pumped up, right?
Yeah, it's like
Well,
pre-sequel.
Borderlands Battle Royale.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
No,
I
I,
love
think
it.
it sounds horrible.
No,
Bazillions of guns, Zach.
I would be
in a
totally
battle
down for
royale.
that.
It sounds fantastic.
You guys think that'd be awesome, huh?
Yeah.
I can't
would,
believe you just
really.
said that, and I've never thought of it before. Like, maybe it's just a part of Borderlands 3 as a battle royale mode. It'd be fantastic. You're a genius.
I mean, we could debate this.
You're not
but
into that
no,
idea?
I'm not into it at all.
I'm really excited to see what happens. PAX is coming up here soon.
Yeah.
Um,
The other reason I'm a little reserved about this is a major first-party game announcement at PAX. When's the last time that happened? It doesn't really happen.
No, but
That's an E3 thing, or that's a like specific
who's
event announcement kind of thing.
like
Gearbox even has their own event that they hold every summer, I think.
What's
Yeah.
it called?
I can't remember what it's called, but
Gearbox-a-thon?
it's something they stream a lot of stuff
That's a
during.
mouthful.
Yeah.
They've announced smaller projects at PAX before. I was at PAX when they announced the Homeworld collection. They picked up that franchise and remastered the old Homeworld games. They've announced smaller things, but Borderlands 3, it's the biggest thing Gearbox has.
Yeah.
And to roll it out of PAX seems crazy to me.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
good sign.
there's no other events going on, so all eyes will be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like media's going to miss it because there's other stuff overshadowing it.
PAX would like
it's-
share it, so you'll see
Yeah,
it.
and maybe it's smart to distance itself from E3. Then it's not going to get lost in the news of the news cycle of E3 when all these other announcements are happening too.
Yeah. Like this could be the big thing that comes out of PAX East, and everyone just like
It would
loses their
probably
mind.
dominate PAX if that's what this is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because what if they're like, oh yeah, we have a demo at our booth, by the way.
No, the booth would just get stampeded.
Oh
It would be
my
razed to the
god!
ground.
I would love to just be a fly on the wall
Yeah.
at PAX East and see that happen.
Are there still tickets available? You can go, Scotty.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are.
Probably. I mean, it's a couple weeks away, but PAX East is generally a little quieter than.
I mean, we could use the
Right.
video game pharmacy, payroll to fly
Payroll?
Scott out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Payroll?
You know, our revenue
Yeah, of
that we
course.
generate from doing the show.
Absolutely. Yeah. You mean out of pocket experience?
That's an out-of-pocket experience.
yeah. Sorry, expense.
I knew what you meant.
Wow, you guys
was
are
good.
rude.
That's an ad for a mobile game right there.
Well,
I
we
mean-
won't have to wait long to see what this is, and hopefully,
I think it'll be
Borderlands
good. Yeah.
yeah, I think it'll be good. I mean, with the whole like different companies that are starting to pull out of E3 now, why can't announcements be made at things like PAX? PAX is not a small event.
Yeah.
PAX is I
Agreed.
mean, PAX West is essentially the big one.
Yep.
That is the see all be all. But like even East and south, like there's still hefty events. There's still a lot of people there, and
don't forget PAX Australia.
Yep.
Yeah, PAX Australia, and these are all things that like stream on Twitch and stuff like that. So
True.
we'll cross our fingers and hope our Lord and Savior, the Pitchford, will finally unveil the 3 that we're looking for. It's not Half-Life, but I'll take a Borderlands.
This is the best thing about like the video game industry.
What is?
It's so much fun. Like we have so many things to look forward to. There's something out there for everybody.
Yeah.
And when news like this comes up, we're like, oh yeah, we just can't wait to get our mitts
excited.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
true.
good.
I want to know more about
so
this.
good.
Yeah, it's cool. You're right.
Hey, Brittin,
What's up?
what do you want to talk about? I think I already know what you want to talk about, but
You think you do?
I think I do.
Oh, that's a
I
hard
gotta
one.
look over this stuff again.
Wow.
You're supposed to be ready.
I'll take the other low-hanging fruit.
Okay.
I'll take the other big one here. The Nintendo... Wait.
Oh well, you already
How do I want
started.
to
That's
phrase
not-
this?
You already started with that's not what I thought.
I already
but
gave it away. It's not?
no.
I was going to say Nintendo's finally getting into VR
Oh,
again.
no, that's not what I thought you were
But-
going to do. But hey,
That's the other big news on this doc.
I think
Let's just let's hash it out.
I think you have to write
That is a
Dark Souls.
sensational headline. I wouldn't really call this like an actual foray into VR. There's a
It's
new
cardboard.
There's a new Labo kit coming out, and it is VR centric.
Yay.
So, you make a little cardboard mask, and you put your Switch in there, strap it to your face, and you play
get
some
cardboard
games.
cuts all over
Now,
your face.
you might say that sounds like ridiculously simple and basic, but most VR experiences, even still, are pretty shallow, basic experiences. So what's the problem with the equipment itself being kind of a simple, basic setup too?
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that it's, you have a Switch, you spend another $40. The basic set here is $39.99, and you have something that at least resembles VR. I don't know what it's going to be like. Obviously, the screen is lower resolution than the VR headsets out there. That could be a problem. And when you're doing VR, you have to use your resolution wisely. So it could look pretty rough, and it could be disorienting just because it's not crystal clear like on other VR headsets. But I have faith that they're going to do something that's appropriate within the confines of the hardware. And they didn't really say like theme-wise what any of this stuff is going to be like. The basic set is just the VR headset, and then something they call a blaster, which looks like kind of like the Super Scope, like one of the old
I was going
light
to say,
gun
is it going to
things.
look like
Yeah,
a light
yeah.
gun?
Kind of looks like that.
Nice.
And then aside from that, you can also buy a kit for $80 that includes those two things plus a bunch of other projects. The wind pedal, which is some kind of foot pedal, a camera, which obviously everyone's mind went straight to Pokemon Snap when they unveiled the camera part of it. That'd be great. Why not? It's a camera, and I think you actually put the Switch in it. So when you're looking in the viewfinder, you're seeing the screen of the Switch. An elephant. Did you guys actually look at these?
No,
Did you see
I did
pictures
not.
of them?
No.
You got to see pictures of them. It's bizarre.
Well,
The-
your link doesn't work, first of all.
the
so-
elephant, it's like a mask you attach to
Is it
your
broken?
face. It doesn't. I'm sorry.
No.
Wait.
No, it works.
Yeah, it does. It
It
takes you
works.
straight to a Nintendo website.
It takes me straight to Google.
That's weird. It
Yeah.
worked for Zach. Can you see the picture, Zach?
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
guys
they,
broke
look at
it
the
for me.
elephant specifically.
Scott.
It's like a mask you
Oh,
put
what
on your
the
face,
heck?
and then there's two handles on the elephant trunk.
They're really getting
So for
crazy.
for
Bizarre.
a matter of debate,
Okay, yeah, bring it on.
can I ask you
Yeah, you can.
what differentiates this from other gimmicks?
It's a gimmick.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah, nothing. But it's cheap, and it might be fun. That's it. They're not saying...
I mean, you can't really argue with that.
I was joking when I said they're getting into VR. They're not really saying like this is Switch VR. You know what I mean? If they tried to do that in a formal way, it wouldn't look like this. This is very
Yeah.
much just a fun toy gimmick. And a lot of people have pointed this out. Labo in general is kind of Nintendo getting back to its toy roots. Before they started making video games in the 60s and 70s, they made a lot of different toys. They were a toy company. So it's kind of fun that they have an outlet here that incorporates video games, but still allows them to explore ideas from the history of their company that, either call back to some ideas they had back then or just sort of feel like that sort of exploration again.
You know, it'd be even more funny. So when you go to the Nintendo Labo homepage, you see a bunch of kids playing with this, right?
Yep.
Would be even funnier in the message that they would send if there's just a bunch of adults
Yeah.
playing with this stuff on the homepage.
That would be pretty fun.
That'd be great.
I haven't played with this at all yet, which is kind of crazy because I've talked up Labo a fair amount on the show. I'd like to share with my girls at some point, and I've seen the kits fairly inexpensive. I'm just afraid since they're made out of cardboard and I still have some pretty young kids at home, it wouldn't last long. We'd be playing with it for a little bit and things would start to get beat up. They wouldn't last long.
Yeah.
But at some point, I'm just gonna have to jump in and play around with it.
I think
see
you
what
should.
I
I
actually
think it would also be really good feedback though, because I personally haven't heard anything back from it.
Yeah, like positive or negative, right?
Positive or negative,
That's
I haven't
true.
heard anything.
I don't know anyone personally that has picked any of this stuff up.
But I'm pretty sure if they're making more, they're probably still
Yeah,
they're probably getting some sort
and
of
also
revenue out of it.
like it's probably really cheap to produce, to manufacture, even to design this stuff. So they're making money on every unit they sell. So even if they don't sell a ton of them, I don't think the R&D and the production costs are enough to deter them from not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Even if it's not making a ton of money.
Yeah.
Just a fun little side project for them.
What if we find out in like 10 years this is hang on, how do you say his name?
Who?
Reggie.
Reggie Feels-Aime.
There you go.
Yep.
It was like his like passion project.
Labo.
Yeah, Labo. Wouldn't that be cool?
I don't know if that'd be cool. His legacy is much, much bigger and more important
True,
than that,
true,
than
true,
Labo.
True,
One thing I think would be awesome is with the VR goggles specifically, the one you actually strap on your face, if they did a Virtual Boy Virtual Console type thing with it. You know what the Virtual Boy
No,
is,
I
Zach?
don't.
Virtual Boy was Nintendo's actual first foray into VR
Okay.
in probably 95, something like that. They released a console. It was a full-on console that was a virtual reality headset. It was red and it sat on a little podium pedestal, and you had to like lay in front of it or set it on a table in front of you and put your eyes up to it. You didn't actually wear it because it was way too bulky for that.
Yeah.
And it had its own controller, and there was probably 24 games that came out for it.
Oh wow.
And I owned one. It was bad. I had a couple
95.
games, but it's Nintendo's only like just abject failure that they've ever released as far as hardware goes. It didn't sell, it lost them money, and it disappeared very, very quickly. They discontinued it within like a year of its release. Even so, a couple people out there still remember it fondly, and I think it'd be cool to revisit some of those titles. The games themselves weren't the problem. It was the hardware and the execution. Everything was red. So you looked in the headset, and it was red lines on a black background. That was it. There was no colors.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was a strange system all around, but it was 3D.
Yeah.
So
But it was still early.
it was super. I mean, that was way before VR was actually
yeah.
able to be supported by the hardware that's out there. So I think some kind of callback to that would be really cool. I don't know if they'll do that or not.
So yeah. So I would say pick up Labo.
It's coming out April 12th. I might at least get the basic kit. It's only $40.
Yeah. I don't think it hurts. It doesn't hurt to do it.
That's
at
true.
all.
Good call. Good call. All right, where are we going from here, fellas?
I want to talk about two things, but I'm really like kind of stuck on which one I want to talk about.
Okay.
I think I want to go Google.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we have a news article in here saying that Google has something to announce, the GDC, which is the Game Developers Conference.
Yep.
Keynote on March 19th. And it says Google promises to unveil their vision for the future of gaming. And it says rumors point to a dedicated console or streaming platform.
That's so ominous.
It does.
Google's vision for the future of gaming. Google, I don't know if you guys know this. Scotty, are you paying attention?
Nope.
Can you?
Yep.
Google's a big company.
It is.
No.
Did you guys know this?
It is, yeah.
So when someone like them with that much capital and resources says we are going to jump into this market and show you what we think it is going to look like in the future, pretty big deal.
So I'm pretty much a skeptic, right?
Okay, yeah, good idea.
I'll tell you what I want, and I'll tell you probably what's going to happen.
Oh, I like this.
What
Okay.
I want is that Google has the capital, has the power, has the technology, the manpower
Right.
to develop a console.
Did you just say you hope that Google has the manpower?
No, they do have the manpower.
Okay,
They
that's
do
what I
have the
thought.
manpower.
It's like,
To develop a console, a full-fledged
Okay.
console, right?
I don't want them to.
What they're going to do, they're going to develop a streaming platform, and they're going to use their network capabilities
Right.
to host that,
Yeah.
including Google Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Android, the whole Android user base would probably have access to this streaming setup, right?
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
then they'll release a home box that you can plug into your TV and access it that way.
Yep.
That does seem likely. If they were to make a console, let's just go all out and have fun here.
Uh-huh.
If they were to make a console, what would you want from it? What would it offer that's different from PlayStation 4 or Xbox One?
Oh man, I would say everything and above, because they're starting after they're seeing what the competition is out there.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 4K gaming, you're looking at 4K like Blu-ray, so you're playing DVDs. You're looking at including streaming capabilities. You're looking at a good design.
Do you think it would have a physical format, a physical media format? You think it would take discs?
I would hope so. I
I'm
mean,
thinking-
I still think there's a place for that.
Do you?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking even if this is a actual console, it would still be strictly digital.
Can you imagine
is
how?
Google.
Can you imagine how bananas it would be to go to GameStop or like a Game Store or Best Buy or somewhere, and then go find the Google Cube section or whatever it's gonna be called,
Yeah, I
and then
don't
you
see it.
see a game box with Google across the top.
You like this?
Yeah, I like the idea of an actual physical console from Google, but the
Yeah.
idea of a streaming thing, it does not set well with
I
me.
mean, once upon a time, at the same time, people poo-pooed like, sorry, people said bad things about Sony entering the video game market. They said bad things about Microsoft entering the video game market. They were like, it's already a crowded space. We don't need another just basic tech company jumping in and making a home console.
Yeah.
Now they're the two biggest ones out there, basically. So I could see another company jumping in and doing this, but I still think they need to offer something unique. Something special.
And
That's not just here's another powerful console that runs all the multi-platform games.
I mean, yeah, no, I approve of another full-fledged console.
Yeah.
Because I think they have the chance to do it right. I fully support that. I think it's great. I don't think the market's big enough yet. I think we need more. But what do you think they need to do? What can they do to take a step up?
Yeah. Well, they need to integrate a lot of their existing infrastructure into whatever this is. I mean, they're huge online. They have their hands in the whole Android ecosystem. So that whatever they do is going to heavily integrate all those things. They're not just going to release a box that you plug into your TV and that's all it is. It's dedicated TV console, It has to be a part of the Google network at large. So I really don't know. I don't know what this looks like. That's what makes me lean more toward it being like a streaming setup than anything else. Scott,
Hey, what's up?
put your dang phone away.
I mean,
What's so cool over there?
nothing.
We're going to take a break from the show for a second.
Okay,
Scott's
cool.
going to tell us what he's looking at on his phone.
I'm gonna pause the show right now.
No.
Oh.
You're going to tell us on the show what was going on
Wow,
over there.
calm down, teacher.
Calm down,
Jeez.
Dad. Sorry.
Man, what do you
Share it
what
with
do
the class.
Yeah, exactly. Share it with the class. Nothing.
I just want to pull you into this, that's all.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm not interested in the slightest.
Are you going to
about
buy a
what tomorrow-
Google Cube?
No.
That Nintendo would be mad if they called it that. Think of something better than that.
No.
Well,
I don't think Google should get.
They should call it the Alpha Box.
I
Ooh,
do not
that's
think.
really cool.
Because
that they should.
Google, the parent company, Google's company is actually called Alphabet.
True.
They could call it the Alpha Box. Yeah.
No.
What do you guys think?
I don't want a
Google
Google console.
You can have that one if you're still looking for ideas for your presentation. next
Look,
week.
they don't need any more companies to ruin like they did for YouTube. So
Google ruined YouTube.
Google.
Do they own?
ruined YouTube?
Does Alphabet own YouTube as well?
Google owns YouTube.
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
Alphabet owns Google.
Yeah.
Google owns YouTube.
Yeah, whatever.
I gotcha.
Yeah, potato.
Yeah, potato.
So you
potato.
think they'll ruin the video game industry? if they jump
No, I
into
think
it?
they'll just ruin consoles. Like,
Yeah.
it,
It's also a weird timing because we're about to hear about PS5 and the Xbox One successor.
Potentially.
Within the next year, we'll at least hear about them.
We're also hearing rumors that Xbox is going fully streaming.
Yeah,
They're
at
going
least
disc-less.
as one of their potential SKUs, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So I don't know, guys. I don't know what to make of this. We'll see.
I know what to make of it.
You're out. You're against it.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no opinion. Actually.
Well, again, we won't have to wait long to find out what this is all about. This
Yeah.
the keynote.
It's
It's the
in
GDC keynote. It's March 19th.
5 days.
Yeah, so very
5
soon.
days away. Yep.
We'll tune in for that.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
tune in for that.
Yeah,
We'll talk about
absolutely.
it next week, maybe.
Along with there's probably other really good stuff to pay attention to at GDC.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that's the industry like backline there. That's the developers. That's everybody that works on the video games.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably a lot of good information that comes out of that.
Yeah, not typically like announcements, game
Yeah.
announcements and stuff, but it is developers getting together with other developers and probably retailers to talk about the industry. So news comes out of it for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
All right. I want to take a break from news for a second.
Okay.
Cool.
Because we're losing steam. And Scott, I need to bring you back into the conversation.
I don't know. I want to have conversations.
We're about to.
Stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Please
where,
do.
That's where I'm going right now.
Thank God.
Um,
Not that I don't love news, but we need to be a little more open.
That's what we're doing right now.
Cool. Let's hit it.
I watched you stream something the other day.
What did you actually stream?
Tetris 99.
That wasn't me.
I can't believe you
No,
actually
tell me
downloaded
about
That
it.
wasn't me. I didn't download
Oh.
it. Yeah.
Charmander?
No, it's Carmander actually. That's
Oh,
me.
okay. Darn, I've been watching the wrong guy. This
Yeah,
whole-
that wasn't
There's
me.
this guy that looks exactly like
Oh,
you
weird.
on Twitch.
Wow, he must be really good looking.
And he's really bad at Tetris. It's
wow, yikes, big mood.
What do you think of it? We don't have to dig deep. I'm glad you tried it out. I just want to know basically where you're at with it.
Can I be
how
completely
it's been
honest
going.
with you?
Yeah.
I've actually been looking at like different sites about how to stack Tetris
Now
blocks
you're
differently.
talking. Yep. That's how it starts.
So like the L piece,
Uh-huh.
I never thought about like putting it facing upwards and doing like the I don't even know how to describe
He's holding
it.
up his fingers and it's fun. And funny.
It's like the little the S shape, I guess.
You're
Sure.
like throwing up gang signs, maybe.
Thanks. Yo, you already know now. But I never thought about putting like the L piece up in the S shape, like pointing up as well and having it go down. I never really think of it like that.
Oh, there's so many ways that these
Yeah.
pieces can interlock.
Yeah,
So many
I
ways.
never really think about it. So I actually went to a site where it like shows you how to interlock things really well. Like if you put two L pieces that are the different directions and then putting the square piece in the middle,
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
have a perfect box.
Absolutely.
So
That's basic stacking. Have
yeah.
you gotten into any like combo setup
God
and stuff
no.
like that?
God no.
Okay.
Absolutely. I've tried.
Yeah.
I tried some of the things you did or that you were telling me
I tried
about.
to describe some combo setups for
Yeah.
you.
Can I just come over after we're done here and I can just watch you play some Tetris 99?
I should start streaming, shouldn't I?
Or I can just come over after we're done here and then I can watch you play Tetris 99.
Maybe like I could take a video of myself playing and
I guess he just doesn't
Email
want me
it.
to come
He's
over.
Ready to come over.
just kidding. We could totally make that happen sometime.
I'll send you a fax of me playing Tetris 99.
We've been trying to go over to Brittin's house for years.
Yeah.
I know.
And he
I've been
just won't let us.
I've been over to his house a couple times. Last time I
yeah,
went over to
that's
his
true.
house, I woke him up in the middle of the morning, and he didn't believe that the Nintendo Direct that he was talking about the entire week was on at the time it was.
Hey, you know you've told this story before.
Yeah, I just want to drill it in.
Yeah,
you know?
okay.
I really
You're
just
doing a
want to
good
hit
job.
it home.
Yep.
No,
Hey, did I tell you I'm sorry about that?
it's okay. I won't forgive you. I had fun with Tetris 99. I mean,
Wait, you said had. Are you done?
I've had
Oh, okay,
so
good.
far.
Good, cool.
I have had fun with Tetris 99. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just Tetris. Like,
Well, you just yourself were talking about all the strategy that goes into this and all the ways you can
yeah,
learn to
it's still
connect pieces.
just
is
Tetris.
Is it worthwhile investing yourself more into the game? That's the thing.
If you like playing Tetris, I guess.
But if you're not big on Tetris,
I mean, yeah, if you're not big on Tetris, then it's whatever. If you
Because-
like playing Tetris, then yeah, it's cool. I personally am of the mindset I like winning. So for me, it piques my interest because I enjoy playing against 99 other people at once instead of just playing like against a
Isn't that
scoreboard.
what I told you the whole time? That's what makes this game unique.
It
That's why it feels
doesn't
new.
make it unique. Like
Okay.
it's still not a unique concept.
It's the competitive aspect that makes it feel different than previous
Yeah,
Tetris games.
that I can absolutely agree with.
Yeah.
but that's literally it.
Yep.
It's just Tetris.
Yep, sure
but,
is.
You know, it's fun. It definitely adds kind of new spin to it. Like,
Get it? Spin. Huh.
Wow, shut up.
so the metagaming basically isn't enough to pull you in.
I would like to get first place, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not obsessed with it like Brittin is.
Well, I mean, I
Unfortunately.
already love Tetris before
Yeah.
I get into it.
Yeah.
If you reach a point where you're winning or getting in the top 10 consistently, you'll feel differently
Yeah,
about
if
the
I-
time you spend with the game.
Exactly. If I was getting in the top 10 consistently,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'd probably feel a little bit different. But right now, I'm not there. So
Yep. I hope you keep playing it. It's fun.
I'll play when I get home.
Hey.
Do I stream it?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll watch
Cool.
you. I'll watch you.
Okay. I'm going to hold you to it.
You
What
got.
else?
I was going to ask you also.
Yeah.
You won something that I think pertains to some interesting
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
game conversation.
So I checked my email yesterday, and I always donate to HEDQ, and I just do it because I enjoyed giving to them. But you also get entered in a raffle. So that's a good incentive to donate as
Yeah.
well. Like you're
Yeah.
not only giving to a good charity, but you have the chance to win prizes. And normally what they do is they'll pick a starting point. So let's say they just start AGDQ. They just did the intro. They're starting the first game. Well, donations will begin, and until X game next is essentially like you have from the first when it starts to when it ends to donate and win whatever prize of a raffle. And it could be 10 to 20 different prizes. Normally, they're all going to be like handmade prizes or donated by different websites or game companies, things like that.
And they're all themed to whatever game is currently being played.
Yep, whatever's being played or whatever's going to be played.
Yeah.
So I donated during Celeste this year, and I actually did it with like they were raffling off a vinyl of the music,
cool.
and I was really digging the music because I just started playing Celeste. The music, I was loving it, and Zach, I'm sure you can also say the music A+.
It's fantastic.
A++.
It's so good.
And the vinyl you can't get anymore. It's no longer available. So I donated with the. Didn't think I was gonna win. Like, think about how many people donate to AGDQ, and how many few prizes win.
Yeah.
Well, I won something.
Super cool.
I actually won something from AGDQ, and I won the Celeste scarf.
Hey.
They were raffling off a scarf, and it's I think it's like 62 inches long.
It's a full-on scarf.
Yeah, it's a full-on scarf. It's from Fangamer. It's sold out. You can't get them anymore. So that was really, really dope.
It looks like hand knitted. It
looks like
it's really pretty.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. So I'm excited to get it.
You know what you should do with it?
What?
No, actually, depending on where and how you stream, you should like just put it up on the wall.
I want to.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
I want to. There. I could do it like on my fireplace. You can see behind on my fireplace.
I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think I might do that. I kind of want to get a frame for it. Honestly, get a really long frame. So I don't know. I was really excited. I didn't think I was going to actually win anything, but kind of going from that segue. Speaking of Celeste, Zach.
Yeah, dude.
You've been playing Celeste.
I have. I've been gaming a lot.
You caved.
I caved. I've been looking for something wholesome.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about going back to Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't done that.
Which is a fantastic game.
Which is good.
Yeah. Really good.
But I haven't went fully into that yet. But I was sitting there, I was like, what do I want to play? I was like, let me check out Celeste.
Yeah, just a game you can pick up.
I went, looked at it, I was like, oh, this is cheap. Let me download it in like a matter of minutes.
Oh yeah, it's small.
And hopped into it, dude. And it's good. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, but it's so good.
The story pulls you along, right?
The story pulls you along. I remember I got to a part in the mountain where I got up top and there's this guy who's camped out. And I think I spent 10 minutes talking to the guy.
Yes.
There was no point. There's
no point.
There's no point talking to him.
It's
But
Theo,
I was
man.
just, huh?
Yeah.
Theo,
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So I spent 10 minutes talking to Theo. There's no point.
Yeah, because you
whatsoever.
can just keep pressing A and hearing more and more and more. They wrote so much dialogue for that scene.
Absolutely.
Most people probably just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can spend a lot of time there if you want to.
But the music, the characters, the audio design of the game,
Yep.
the controls are smooth. You get a hold of the mechanics pretty quickly, and then once you start like really mastering the controls and getting better and better, you're like, yeah, I can do it. I can power through this. I can, I'm just getting better and better. I had a really fun moment though where we have a group chat that you guys obviously heard about, and I texted the guys. I was like, guys, I am stuck. I've been stuck on this one part for like 2 or 3 days, and I cannot get past it. And so there's this level where I went and got the strawberry, and I was trying to get out, but I couldn't get up to this point. But there's these blocks you can ride. And I kept riding it up, just straight up into the air, and I thought it launched me or something. I couldn't figure it out, and I texted. I was like, guys, what do I do? Brittin's like, you grab a hold of it.
Control it.
And control it. And I was like,
you could steer it.
a dumb moment for me.
Yeah.
And most of the mechanics they introduce, like the level-based mechanics they introduce, are pretty easy to figure out, but they don't always spell it out for you.
Yeah,
Sometimes you
yeah.
just need to play around with them, play with the controls a little bit to figure out exactly how they work. That was one of those instances.
I totally forgot, dude. I was like, I tried everything in my power to figure out that, and I just could not. I was like, I know it's something. I just
Simple.
can't get it.
Isn't it satisfying though when you finally?
Yeah, it's so good.
That's
dude.
the thing is when I was streaming it, so many people asked me like, how can you actually play this game? The story pulls you through it, and like you said, like the sound and everything about it, it just feels good.
Yes, it does.
I love it. It's designed to be a rage game, but you feel everything but.
Yeah, I don't think I've gotten mad. I've gotten to the point where I was like, this is tough, and I kind of want to
You need
give
to
it a
set it
break.
down.
I need to set it down.
You need
But
to set it down.
I've never gotten mad, and I get mad, okay?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
There's a few sequences like the pseudo boss fights in that game that you will die a lot on.
Yeah.
And they
absolutely.
start to get pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
But it always feels really good when you get past one of those parts.
Yeah.
And you never throw the controller in that game.
No,
not
it's
that
one of
kind
those games that
infuriating.
you definitely need to set it down, but it'll be like, man, I just want to know what happens next.
I don't think this spoils anything, but
It does.
there's a moment where okay, maybe it does.
Spoiler alerts.
Spoiler alert.
Potentially.
There's a part where you go and you
Hey, get off your phone, Brittin.
Shut it.
you come across a mirror.
Yeah.
And it's like a version of your dark self comes out and starts chasing around the map.
Yeah.
That part, the way they created that and put that together was magnificent.
Yeah.
Because it's you're not like crazy stuck into it, but it rushes you through and it gives you like your nerves like a jump start.
Yeah.
You're just running from this thing.
Those
through the map.
sequences when you get no downtime, when you can't like rest on a ledge and take a break and look at what's coming, you just have to keep moving.
Yeah.
That's when that game really shines. That's the favorite
so
stuff.
Good.
Oh, man, I can't remember her name like right now. It's like Analine or something, like the anti version.
Hey, I don't know. Madeline's the main character.
Yeah, Madeline's
I
the
don't
main
remember.
character, and like it's like, oh, gosh, now I can't even remember, which is really frustrating. But no, I love that game.
Zach, do you know
It's
what?
great.
Do you know what chapter you're on?
I
think there's about 10
three,
or 12.
3?
4.
Keep going, dude. There's
Yeah,
You
of
haven't
course,
you
yeah.
haven't seen even a fraction of the cool stuff in that game.
Yeah.
I think I just got right past the hotel, I believe.
Oh,
cool.
dude,
That's
you
a
got
cool
so
sequence, too.
much more to go.
Do I?
Yeah, you got a lot more to go. Even after you beat the game, you have a lot to do.
Oh,
so,
yeah?
no,
All right.
don't give up. Keep going.
Okay.
Stream it.
Oh, well.
We're all going indie here. I love that.
Yeah,
It's so
exactly.
good.
Indie games suck, though.
Some really good.
It was
games out
so
there.
funny though because you guys played it obviously,
Yeah.
beat it, and then recommended it to me. But as soon as I started playing it and realized how wonderful it is,
Yeah.
I started recommending it to other people.
Yeah,
I was like,
right?
"You guys gotta play this." And they're
Dude,
like, I don't know.
There's a reason it was nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah, it was so
against like
good.
giants like God of War and Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Like so that just puts it like that right there should be a giant highlight.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have an indie game like Celeste getting nominated for Game of the Year against things like Red Dead, you should probably go check it out.
Yeah, and not
So.
just because everyone tells you to. It's that good.
Yeah, it is very good.
Yep. Cool.
Hey, Brittin,
What's up?
Can we talk about something really fast?
What do you want to talk about?
Can we talk about the state of YouTube? It's something
Really?
It's something
Yeah,
that
you would have talked about this last week, didn't you?
yeah, this
Yeah.
is something that's been burning a hole in my like heart.
I know.
And-
We've had lengthy conversations about this.
We've had pretty
Off the show.
decent conversations about it, and I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about.
I'm often like, save it for the show, man, and then we never do.
Yeah,
So
exactly. We never talk
You've
about
got
it.
about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we have plenty of time.
What you got?
I'm okay. So I am an old YouTuber. I was someone who watched YouTube back when it first started, like when people like Smosh just started like making videos, and PewDiePie wasn't even a name yet. So the more I'm on YouTube, the more I see that it's no longer YouTube anymore. It's just a video service site with people who just post things. Like it doesn't feel like YouTube used to be, where you had YouTubers, like some of the top 10 most subscribed people of all time. Like I can name just like Nigga Higa, Smosh, Fred, Ray William Johnson,
RWJ, baby.
yeah, Lonely Girl 13.
Are like Multiplier and Jack or Markiplier and Jack on this list, or not really? Were they never up there?
They were, but they didn't come in until way later. Like
Okay.
they were like really, really far into the future. This was before like gaming really was predominant on YouTube.
Okay.
And blew up. And I just watched a video not too long ago about basically the top 10 most subscribed people of all time from start to recent. And the video came out in like February of this year. So it was very, very recent. And it was sad watching all these like top 10 YouTubers who I remember watching and loving, and just getting surpassed by like music
Labels.
creators, labels and creators, and
Even companies,
talk show
advertising
hosts.
products and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you can
Movie studios.
yeah, you slowly start to see the shift around probably about 2014, 2015, to where it went from YouTubers to companies. And I think there's no bigger one on anyone's mind than T-Series versus PewDiePie.
That really symbolizes this whole conflict
yeah.
insanely well.
Yeah.
It's a massive faceless corporation versus a guy who used to sell hot dogs and became one of the most popular people in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
so
insane.
It's something that really bothers me because they haven't passed him yet. They've gotten really, really close.
No, dude, as of today.
Really?
As of today, they've overtaken him.
No.
There was a brief moment back in February when they overtook him for like minutes or an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
But as of today, I think they have actually overtaken him.
See, that right there, that's the end of an era. That means that, like, here's the thing about YouTube is it used to be about the creator, but now it's no longer about that. Essentially, I watched a video recently about what people in India thought about the whole situation, and kind of their take on it was, like, everyone in India has heard his T-Series. Like, everyone knows about it. It's a music company that's been around since the 90s, and just recently internet kind of started making a huge like surge in India. So it was like not a ton of people had computers, not a ton of people had Wi-Fi and internet and things like that. And just as of probably 2017, it became a really big thing. And India is like a good chunk of the population. There's over 1 billion people who live in India. Just think about that. India is not even close to the size of the U.S. And they have over 1 billion people there.
Yeah.
So you have this company that basically gone onto YouTube and then around the end of 2017 started to just blow up because everyone started getting internet and everyone started getting computers in India. And when everyone's heard of YouTube, so when Indian people went to YouTube, because of the algorithm, the first things that they were getting was T-Series videos. So everyone would just subscribe to T-Series like right after making an account. And like these were Indian people who said this. Like they were like, yeah, when we first got onto YouTube and we made an account, some of the first videos were T-Series. So of course everyone knows T-Series, so they're just going to naturally subscribe to them without thinking about it. And it just goes to show that it feels like YouTube no longer cares about its creators.
Do you think this is the end of an era?
Yes.
Like, as of T-Series overtaking PewDiePie, do you think it's the end of an era?
It doesn't change the fact that he's still the most popular YouTuber of all time.
Yeah.
But it definitely shows that YouTube no longer cares about their creators anymore. It feels like.
No longer cares or no longer caters to.
No,
Caters to.
Caters to.
Caters to.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, but
They're still going to foster PewDiePie's channel and feature him, and
they don't.
why not?
They don't feature him anymore. He has some of the most watched videos. Like,
you know how much money he generates in advertising?
But he's never on like the trending page or anything like that. Like none of his
even
videos
though everybody watches videos, he's clearly trending.
Yeah,
they
don't end up on the trending page.
You'd think that would all be done by algorithms, and they wouldn't select what ends up on the trending page.
They do for sure. Like he's one of those people who gets like at least 2 million views in the first day.
Oh yeah,
and you would think that would be in the trending section every single day, but it never is. And I've looked. Like I've been watching his videos more and more and more, and it's just not there. Yeah. It's not showing up. It doesn't show up at all. And when like people sign up in India for YouTube, the first thing they see is T-Series.
I can make a counter argument here.
Yeah, hit me
it's
with
not
it.
really against the bigger picture, but it's about PewDiePie specifically.
Yeah,
I've been watching him for probably 8 years now.
Yeah,
almost from the beginning of his popularity on YouTube. And he has changed a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. His personality hasn't changed all that much. His sense of humor hasn't changed all that much, but the types of content he creates has changed dramatically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that may be cool for some people. I really liked that he used to play a lot of video games. He was a YouTuber, a gamer, and that's why I started watching him. Those were my favorite videos of his. Recently, within the last year or two, he kind of migrated away from video games almost entirely, and he makes like videos about news that happens online, about internet news. He makes videos about memes, which are funny for a while, but when you have a 7-day week worth of videos, he releases a video pretty much every day. When you have a week of videos and it's really just like a bunch of series that he does every day, it's an entry in one of those series. At a point, the content stops feeling fresh and interesting and new. Whereas when you're playing games, when you're doing Let's Plays with games, there's always new games coming out. And that keeps your content relevant and fresh and new. But if all you're doing is, making jokes about the internet over and over week after week, it starts to get stale.
Yeah.
I would argue that maybe his numbers and his numbers aren't falling, but his growth has slowed. His it's not accelerated as much as it used to be because his content is not as compelling as it used to be.
I mean, it's also YouTube isn't just gaming anymore.
No.
And all this talk about YouTube isn't, saying that people like the small YouTube creators that are on there, that they're not working hard at what they do.
Yeah, you can still find them.
Because they are, and they do exist. But it's not just gaming anymore. It's not just people making games. You have actual companies behind some of these channels that are
like late night shows and stuff like that.
That are guiding the content and how these people and what these people are making.
Yeah.
And it's all basically a system now to get views and ad revenue and that kind of thing.
Yeah. For example, like T-Series makes like 20 videos a day. But none of them have over a lot of them don't have over 100,000 views. So, but they're a huge company, so they can push out videos like that and do it very, very easily. And it's just sad to see that YouTube went from this creative site where you feel like you can make an account, buy a camera, and make a funny video and go viral. Viral isn't a term anymore.
It's not a thing. It's so saturated.
Yeah, there's nothing viral anymore. There's nothing special about having 1 million subscribers. Like, I remember when Fred was the first person to get 1 million subscribers, and that was mind-blowing. But it's not impressive anymore. It's impressive if you have 25 million subscribers. But nothing is viral anymore. No one's super popular anymore, and it feels like more and more that you're just on YouTube and you're going to watch an ad about Coke and YouTube's going to get paid and that creator's going to get paid and the company's going to get paid.
I mean, as a viewer, because I'm not a creator, I don't know a lot about putting videos up on YouTube. But it seems like that impressive, quote unquote impressive mark is now at like 10 million. If you hit 10 million and stay there consistently,
that's cool.
That's saying something.
Yeah. It's kind of sad to see it go in that direction. Like, I'm still going to watch YouTube because that's where you can watch videos that are fun and funny, and you still have a ton of creators on there like that I personally enjoy, but YouTube isn't a site where you can just become a YouTuber anymore.
Maybe there needs to be another way outside of YouTube for people to find this content. It can still be hosted on YouTube, but if a YouTuber is doing something unique and interesting and we haven't really seen it before, maybe it's not that they're featured on YouTube that gets them to the top of the list and a ton of subscribers. Maybe it's a campaign somewhere else outside of YouTube that gets people pointed in that direction.
I can tell you that like a big thing was like Vine back in the day when Vine first started. At that point, being a YouTuber was still possible, but it was very difficult at that point because there was already a ton of YouTubers when Vine came out. Vine came out, it was a brand new platform, something brand new, and a ton of people who made Vines after that platform died, went to YouTube, and now are some of the biggest YouTubers on the platform as well. So it feels like if there's an app that makes videos and you get popular from that, then if that app, say you have we'll use TikTok for an example. I know there's a ton of creators who have over 1 million followers on that, and a lot of them do have YouTube videos, and a lot of those YouTube channels have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So if there's not a platform like that out there that people can jump on ship and go for it, then becoming a YouTuber, you can't just jump onto YouTube and expect to get big.
So I have a few things to say about this.
Yeah. Make it quick because we're running out of time.
I got introduced. There's a Twitch streamer named Pay Money Wubby.
Yeah, Twitch is another one.
So I found out through Pay Money Wubby through Killian. Killian sent it to me. I found this guy is amazing. I found him on YouTube. He has some videos on YouTube, and a lot of his content it's not bad. It's not deleted from YouTube, but it's a little bit risque. But he's not promoted. He's not hardline on there. None of his stuff, even though I watch his stuff all the time, it's not recommended for me. But a lot of his stuff links back to Twitch, and then when you go to Twitch, you see these small Twitch people being promoted, put on the front page, supported because they are the content creators for the website. So it seems like Twitch is now the new...
Twitch is a big one.
Is like the new YouTube. And even with that, there's guys like... I follow a guy named Jericho. And he does the very much the old school, let's play, let's hang out, let's play a fun game, let's play something like PewDiePie would do. you know, and have fun, get angry, laugh, you know, and struggle. And you just have fun watching him play games, and that's what he does, both on Twitch and then post it YouTube.
That's why I started doing Twitch, is because I always wanted to be a YouTuber, and I just never did it. And now that I have funds and capabilities to do it, I feel like I can do it. So that's why I started streaming. Fun story.
And Twitch is gaming centric.
Yeah.
So
It
for the
is, very
long
much
haul, it'll probably remain that way, at least longer than YouTube did. YouTube is just all kinds of videos.
Yeah.
So it was destined to move away from that at some
But
point anyway.
it's so cool. And as a Twitch user, like I'm on Twitch almost every day now.
Me too.
There's so much more than just gaming, you know, and it's not a bad thing. I'm not, you know, contradicting you or anything, but there's ASMR, there's music,
There's tabletop stuff.
there's tabletop
Art.
There's a Twitch like show that was going on.
Honestly,
on the Twitch
I
page.
hope that stuff doesn't rise to the top, though.
And
No.
it doesn't.
I want it to stay gaming centric.
People
on
like
Twitch.
Shroud and Summit and these top streamers, you know, Ninja, they're still getting 40, 50, 60,000 viewers every single day. So they're still the top. But it's such a supportive community. Like, it's amazing.
I feel like Twitch isn't a corporation like YouTube is. I feel like it's
At
old
least
YouTube.
not yet.
Let's just hope.
Keep an eye on it.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
hey, we're almost out of time. Hit us with a question really fast.
This is very open.
Okay.
But what was the very first game to win Game of the Year?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Game of the year from any.
From any, like the very
Publication,
first
any
Game of
source.
the Year award.
The
The very first game to win the very big Game of the Year
Pong,
award.
because it was the only game out that year. I'm just joking.
I don't know when the first gaming.
Yeah,
when it first
and that's the
started.
thing. So we'll find out. I'll do my research here, and we'll
Okay.
I'll narrow it down. And if there's a bunch of options,
Tetris.
if there's a bunch of
a real
options
good
that
guess.
clash, I'll mention them.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Well, hey.
Hey, I didn't get to make a guess.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm trying to. This is for you, by the way.
Super Mario Brothers.
Okay, that's fair. That's
Guys,
a good guess.
thank you for listening to episode 60 of the
Yes.
VGRx podcast. You can find us on social media, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, iTunes,
Facebook.
YouTube, Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a like, follow, leave us a rating on iTunes. It helps us out a lot. And then give us some feedback.
Yeah.
Please do.
And thank you for listening. I'm Zach, and then we have Scott
Hi.
and Brittin.
That's me.
And
All
thank you to NWCC Radio.
And
of
NWCZ, of course.
For Lennis User Studio. We love you guys.
Absolutely.
Hit it.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you gotta finish with the thanks for listening to VGRx.
Thanks for listening to VGRx.
Thank you guys so
Thanks
much
for
for
walking
listening to
through that.
VGRx. We will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The pharmacy is now closed.